I'm going to talk today to everyone out there who wants to work in the tech industry but doesn't think there's a place for them. I work up here. It's at the corner of 5th Street and Liberty. It's called The Forge. It's an innovation studio for software development where we build applications for companies that are large, Fortune 100 companies, Fortune 500 companies, as well as startups, with a focus on high quality and speed to market. The things we do there are pretty groundbreaking. We work on applications like the ones that help you manage your finances from the phone in your pocket, help you entertain yourself on a car ride home because of the infotainment system in your car, and eventually will help drive that car for you. But we're doing all that work as a consultancy for other companies, so I can't talk that much about the specific technologies in which we work. So instead, I'm going to talk about something else, which is a vision I have for what could be the norm in Ann Arbor. Because I think a lot of people could work in tech who don't necessarily see that they could. My vision is that anyone who wants a job in the tech industry finds one in Ann Arbor or within a reasonable commute. As if there were such a thing. So you might think, well, yeah, I don't know what you're smoking, Dave. It's Ann Arbor. But I just don't see it, right? I don't have a tech background, or I haven't been in the industry. I don't know the right people. You could come up with a lot of different excuses why there might not be a place for you in tech. And I traveled that path myself. I was very practical as a young man. I have a philosophy degree. But what I found in interviewing people over the years is that there are certain patterns that emerge about the things people say are the reasons why they couldn't break in. People will tell me, well, I don't have the right credentials. I don't have the degree. I couldn't possibly learn the things I need to learn to make it in tech. I'm not a technical person. I don't know the industry. I couldn't possibly survive an interview even if I could break in. And honestly, where would I even start? So let's talk about these one by one. First, educational credentials. Well, I'll give you a little insight into what's happening on the 7th floor at 301 East Liberty. Up there, we've got PhDs working right alongside GEDs. It's not that we don't value higher education. I know I'm standing in the city that has the highest number of advanced degrees per capita in the country, if not the world. It's just that we also will give people a chance if they don't have that credential, if they're willing to learn, if they have already learned themselves, or if they're making some kind of career transition that brings a certain skill set to bear. So I don't really think that's a barrier anymore. So the other thing, another thing that people will talk about is this time to learn new things, right? Many of us are middle-aged thinking about a career transition, some kind of career change. We can't imagine, on top of working full-time, having a family, finding time to learn something new. Well, in fact, there's not a better time to learn something new, right? If you want to learn something new, all you got to do is watch how a 5th grader does it, right? They go to YouTube and they immerse themselves in content, right? Endlessly, right? My kid, when he was in 6th grade, wanted to do nothing but learn how to do the Rubik's Cube and got down to 12 seconds by watching YouTube videos, right? That's how you learn. We can do that too, right? And on top of that, there's Coursera, there's meetups, there's boot camps. I don't really think that's an issue either. Click, fades off the screen. I don't have the technical expertise, right? Even if I did have time to learn, I'm not good at math, I'm not good at science. How could I possibly do this? Well, for every programmer on a team that's building software, there's a product manager who's got some kind of humanities background or business background and builds up a business case and can communicate it out to people. For every systems analyst, there's a salesperson who's got to take something to market. For every person who's got those hard skills, there's somebody out there who's got those soft skills and is complementing it. And so I don't really think lack of technical expertise is an issue either anymore. We need both. Click, fade, next. I haven't been in the tech industry. How would I know where to go? How would I know who to talk to? I've been in automotive or publishing or retail my whole life. Well, here's the thing about tech. It's not really a vertical. It's a big horizontal that cuts underneath everything. So if you've got experience, deep experience in one of those verticals, then that's just a bonus, but it doesn't preclude you from coming into tech. I'm not going to make this joke again because it's getting old. Finally, surviving an interview. I'm mid-career, I'm going through some kind of change, I've come out of an industry, I'm now in tech, and yeah, okay, Dave, maybe I believe you, but how could I even tell that story? I can't fake my way through that interview. Well, I can't tell you how many times I've interviewed people who were Spanish teachers or contractors or, in one case, a neuroscientist, right? People coming from different walks of life and are transitioning into working in the software industry. And what's fascinating about those stories is when people just tell them authentically. That story itself of career change is a good story. It's not something you have to hide. It's something you have to revel in and share. And so, finally, you might say, well, where would I even start, right? I don't have the context. I don't know the people. Well, imagine if you could take an afternoon, walk around to all the tech companies. They would give you food, they would give you beer, and they would just ask to talk to you. Enjoy your tech track.